Hey everyone, welcome back. Or if you're new here, pull up a chair. Today, we're diving into 3 true stories from the front lines of the unexplained. Encounters so bizarre that trained soldiers, pilots, and scouts broke protocol just to report them. These aren't campfire tales. They're documented in declassified files, veteran debriefs, and official logs. We've got a Navy carrier group chasing shadows in the sky that vanished into thin air. Marines in a remote outpost staring down a creature through their scopes that shouldn't exist. And a lone scout in the mountains hunted by something that left no tracks, but plenty of screams. These happened to real service members, and the military still can't explain them. Let's jump in. Story number 1. It was November 14th, 2004, about 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. The USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group was running routine training exercises in the Pacific. Clear skies, calm seas, nothing out of the ordinary. But up on the USS Princeton's radar deck, things got weird fast. At around 8 a.m., the SPY-1 radar, the most advanced system the Navy had, lit up with multiple unidentified objects descending from 80,000 feet to sea level in less than a second. That's not a glitch. That's physics-breaking speed. The operators watched in stunned silence as the blips hovered, then zipped away at Mach 3 without sonic booms. No flight plans, no transponders, just ghosts on the screen. The captain, David Fravor, got the call. He was in his cargo, a 18F Super Hornet, mid-flight with his wingman, when the order came down. Investigate. As they approached the coordinates, Fravor looked down and froze. There, churning the ocean below like a boiling pot, was a whitewater disturbance the size of a 747. But no ship, no sub, nothing. And rising from it, smooth as glass, was this thing. About 40 feet long, tic-tac shaped, pure white, no wings, no rotors, no exhaust. It hung there for a beat, then mirrored Fravor's every move, banking left when he did, climbing when he climbed. Fravor pushed the throttle, trying to get on its tail. The object matched him effortlessly. Then, in a blink, shot 60 miles away in under 5 seconds. By the time his radar locked on, it was gone. No heat signature, no debris, nothing. The pilots returned to the Nimitz Shaken, debriefed by intelligence officers who scribbled notes, but offered no answers. Later analysis of the FLIR video, declassified by the Pentagon in 2020, showed the same object accelerating beyond any known aircraft. Fravor still flies commercially today, but he swears on his life. Whatever it was watching us, and it let him live to tell about it. But here's the part that keeps pilots up at night. Those radar hits. They weren't alone. For weeks before, the Princeton had tracked similar objects, circling in patterns, like they were scouting. And no one's sure if the tic-tac was the scout or the hunter. All right, story number 2. This one's from the mountains, and it gets primal. Afghanistan, 2009. A squad of 8 U.S. Marines is airlifted to Observation Post Rock, a jagged, wind-blasted crag in the Hindu Kush Mountains, so remote it took Blackhawks just to drop supplies. Their mission? Monitor Taliban routes for 2 months, nothing more. No hot LZ, no immediate threats, just endless nights, scanning the valleys below through night vision scopes. The first week was quiet, too quiet. Then the sound started. At dusk, low guttural growls echoing off the rocks, like a pack of wolves, but deeper, almost human. The Marines chalked it up to wind or stray dogs. But on night 10, Private Ramirez, on watch with his thermal scope, spotted movement. A tall, shambling figure, 7 feet at least, loping on all fours through the boulder field 300 yards out. No heat signature like a man or animal. It was cold as the stones around it, blending into the night like smoke. Ramirez radioed it in, but the LT dismissed it as a goat herder. By week 2, the growls turned to screams, blood-curdling wails that woke the whole outpost at 2 a.m. One Marine, Corporal Hayes, swore he heard words in them, fragmented Pashto curses, like the thing was mocking them. Supplies started vanishing, MREs ripped open, ammo crates tipped over with claw marks too deep for a knife. And the stares. Every man on scope duty felt it. Eyes in the dark, unblinking, just beyond the tree line. The breaking point came on night 35. Ramirez and Hayes were pulling double watch when the figure reappeared. Closer this time, 50 yards. Through the scope, it stood upright. Humanoid, but wrong. Elongated limbs, fur matted with dirt, eyes glowing red in the thermal like embers. It tilted its head, as if listening, then charged, silent, impossibly fast. The Marines opened up with everything. M4s, the .50 cal, even grenades. Bullets tore through it, but it didn't slow. It reached the wire, claws scraping razor concertina like paper, before a lucky saw burst dropped it 10 feet away. When dawn broke, there was no body, just shredded gear and footprints that ended at a sheer cliff. No blood, no tracks down. The squad was pulled out the next day, cited for environmental stress in the after-action report. But the declassified logs from Bagram, they mention anomalous humanoid entity sightings by multiple units in the region that year. To this day, those Marines don't talk about it. But Hayes kept one thing, a single red hair from his bootlace. Lab tests called it unknown primate. But no species matches. And sometimes, in quiet moments, they still hear the growls. Gulf of Tonkin, 1966. It's the height of the Vietnam Air War, and a flight of 4 F-4 Phantoms from the USS Ranger is on a routine bombing run over North Vietnam. Lead pilot, Commander Hawk Daniels, has flown 100 sorties. He's seen MiGs, SAMs, everything. But at 20,000 feet that humid afternoon, his radar warning receiver screams, "Unknown contact, closing fast from below." Daniels banks hard, scanning the clouds. There, a shimmering distortion, like heat haze but alive, twisting into form. Not a plane, a swirling mass of sand and shadow, 50 feet across, with eyes like burning coals at its core. The RIO in the back seat yells over the radio, "Bogey at 3 o'clock. Low, it's morphing." The thing expanded, swallowing the horizon, then split into 3 tendrils that lashed out like whips. Daniels' wingman, Lieutenant Ellis, watched in horror as one tendril snagged his Phantom's tail. No explosion, just a silent pull, like the plane was yanked into a vacuum. Ellis's voice cut out mid-sentence. "It's got me. God, it's inside the cockpit." Static. Gone. The squadron scattered, dumping chaff and flares. But the entity pursued. Daniels dove to wave-top height, engines straining, while the mass reformed behind him, whispering now over the open freak in Arabic, fragmented curses that the Vietnamese intel later ID'd as ancient Bedouin invocations. Djinn, the base chaplain called it later, off record. Another Phantom vanished the same way, instruments haywire, pilots reporting hands gripping the controls. Daniels barely made it back to the carrier, his jet scorched black as if kissed by fire from within. Declassified Navy logs from 2019 confirmed the losses. 2 planes, 4 aviators, no wreckage ever found. Radar tapes showed the contacts phasing out of existence, and Ellis's final transmission? It echoed for hours on emergency channels looping like a taunt. Daniels retired early, haunted by nightmares of sand in his lungs. The official report? Electromagnetic anomaly, but the Gulf's local fishermen still warn of the smoke devil that claims American birds. And the twist? In 2022, a drone over the same coordinates picked up a faint signal. Ellis's voice clear as day. It's waiting for the next war. There you have it. 3 declassified brushes with the unknown that remind us, even in uniform, some things don't salute back. Which one hit you hardest? Drop it in the comments, smash like if you're still processing, and subscribe for more strange and unsettling stories. Stay curious, and maybe check your 6. See you next time.